Hey guys, so a while back I was looking at some of my files and I realized I have quite a few unfinished projects. I opened them up and they were mostly just barely past prototype, but there were actually a few that I had made decent progress on. In fact, the one you're seeing now is actually playable and it could probably pass as a game with a bit of polish and game states. This game is only known in the files as iGame, and from what I can tell, the project was created in August of 2018. In the document, the description reads, an endless side-scroller. The player, a flying eye, shoots tears to kill enemies, and the killed enemies may drop upgrades for the player to collect. 3 total upgrades can be held at once. Holding multiple of the same upgrade may enhance its effect, however, upgrades never merge, so a max level upgrade will use 2 upgrade slots. Following that is a detailed list of every power-up I planned on adding. At the bottom of the list is a to-do list. This document, as well as the game files, has been deserted for almost 2 years. I'm telling you this because it's likely you have your own unfinished project. So why do we lose motivation on projects? It's hard to say really, but it likely depends on the person. Personally, I start my projects by prototyping and gameplay. I hate making interface and menus, which is probably why I never got to it. When there's nothing left to do besides that, we give up or extend the scope to include something that we wouldn't mind doing. Scope creep in itself is a huge demotivator. But so does breaks. I typically find that if my code isn't perfectly commented and understandable, which it's usually not, then it's really hard for me to return to the project. The biggest cause of demotivation I found, however, is caused by a loss of interest. Sometimes we go into an idea really excited, but that just dies away. I think that game jams are really appealing because they basically eliminate these factors. In a jam, your scope will actually decrease as the jam progresses. You'll never really leave your code for too long, and it's hard to lose interest on a project when there's an end in sight. I think the best way to combat losing motivation is by setting deadlines. Set yourself a specific date that you want a feature or the game done by, and that'll pressure you into getting it done. There are other ways to force yourself to finish games, such as starting a devlog. Forcing yourself to publish monthly devlogs encourages you to create something to show off each month, and building an audience that supports you helps. If time is always an issue for you, feel free to find coding solutions on forums. I used to be so set on writing all my own code that I didn't realize that entire libraries already exist that do the same thing I was trying to do. It is better to take code as long as you understand what it is doing than write it yourself if you don't want to spend too much time on a project. Of course, this isn't always true. I've seen projects that require the creation of an engine, but that usually isn't the case. I hope that telling you about my own experience with losing motivation and having unfinished projects can help you finish your own. Feel free to comment any experiences, advice, or questions that you have, and thanks for watching.